Hello Taurus, Elsie here to do your reading. It is going to be an overview of 2024. I think out of these three decks and some tarot, we're going to get some information, maybe some of the things that you can expect going into 2024, Taurus. Thank you so much for clicking here and all the ways that you love on this channel. And I hope you had a beautiful Christmas, beautiful Kwanzaa, beautiful Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate. I hope it was wonderful and loving and special with your family. All right, here we go. Let's talk about Taurus. Let's talk about love. There we go. Love, career, and finances. Let's do the overview, Taurus. Let's find out what's going on. Tell me about career for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, please. We've got a consciousness of lack. Finances. Tell me about the finances for Taurus, please. Tell me about finances for Taurus. We've got messages. Okay, I like it. So we have here, Taurus, let's start with the love. It says, the past is now behind you. Key, right? For those of you who've been saying, Elsie, why do you keep reading about the past? This is what happens when the collective shifts the energy. There we go. The past is now behind you, Taurus. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. I love it. Something new coming in for love. Oh, I should look at the bottom, right? That's why I left them here. We've got trust. It says transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, you will automatically transform. Look, if you keep, whatever you resist is going to persist, Taurus. That's what Eckhart Tolle taught us years ago. If you resist, it will persist. And the persistence, I feel, comes in not being able to let go of the past, the resistance that you provide, and you're supposed to be moving forward, but you can't let go of the past is what's keeping you stuck. That's what's keeping your energy stuck. So we have for career, it says a consciousness of lack. In the bottom of the deck, we have true love. So I feel like right now you might be in a situation where you either don't like the job, you're thinking about moving on from the job, or maybe you just don't have enough information to perform the task. I'm looking at someone here, and we do have somebody here who's leaning up against the books. It's like all the information is at their fingertips, but somebody here isn't looking at it. Feeling like they're not getting paid enough, feeling like, you know, it's over their head. It feels like a consciousness of lack could be because I feel like in your career, you're not happy right now. It's time to change gears. And when you do, I feel like you do find something that fits you perfectly, right? We do have somebody here who's looking in the mirror and sees someone who's the mirror image. And so I feel that means in your career that it is possible to move forward and find something you're going to love. But I think right now you feel stuck. You feel in a consciousness of lack because of the place that you're working. Either they're not treating you well, or they're not paying you enough. Either way, we'll take a look at it with tarot. We've got for your finances, it says feathers and messages. Look, it feels to me like some of you, it's card number 7. To me, 7 is always about heaven or divinely guided things. So I feel like for some of you, you are going to be divinely guided to some sort of new prospect in your career, which is going to, I feel, pour into the health of your finances. So I'm going to say, keep your eyes down. I usually encourage you to keep looking up, but I feel like there's going to be something that you'll find possibly on the ground, or maybe a message that comes to you. Take it as it resonates. So you might be finding things and you might think it's weird. Why is there a penny here? Why is nobody uses pennies anymore around the world? Why is there a copper penny in my way? I feel like you might be getting some weird signs or symbols or synchronicities that, and if you've been getting them, I think it's telling you that money is about to shape up, but I feel like you must take a step forward first. So there is a message coming. I feel like if for some of you, if you have applied for a new job, this could be what is coming up in your finances. Also, if you've applied for a loan, I feel like you'll be getting signs and synchronicities telling you that this thing is going to work out in your favor. We've got personal power. I like it. You've got the crown. You're becoming the king or the queen. Take it as it resonates. We've got card number 28, and it's a new day here. Card number 28 is a 10, and I feel like it's a new day, and I feel like you're going to be blessed from the universe with some sort of a windfall of some kind. Let's take a look at tarot. Let's talk about love, 2024, the overview, please. The past is now behind you, Taurus. Did you hear me? Did you hear me? Listen up. The past is behind you, Taurus. All right, let's take a look at it here. Tell me what's going on for love, the overview of 2024 for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Taurus, please. Did you guys take a look at that full moon out there? She's a beauty. You can see it through my curtains here as I'm looking out across the way here. You can see it in the sky. All right. We have the Five of Pentacles. I feel like you're cutting somebody out finally. Finally, you're letting go of that energy back there. It's time for something new. The Five of Pentacles tells me that's it. You're like, you're out in the cold, my friend. Nope, I'm not doing this with you anymore. We do have the King of Pentacles. You're taking charge of your pentacle world, taking charge of your home, your finances. You're taking care of, you know, I think you're going to focus on you, focus on job, focus on career and finances as it goes into this 2024. I think you're going to be focusing on you, Taurus. And the King of Pentacles is here. I feel like you are focusing on you and you're cutting out everything else that you don't need. That's enough. It's enough, I think. Any more? We've got the Page of Cups. Look, it is going to lead to something new. And it does say here, a new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. And so I think that's what it is. I feel like for those of you who are able to completely and totally let go of that person who did you wrong, the baby daddy, the baby mama, whether you like them or whether you don't, I feel like for those of you who are able to stop being angry, upset, and bitter, for those of you who think they're coming back and they're not, I feel like you are supposed to move forward because this is opening your heart to something brand new. And this is new love with the Page of Cups here. Tell me more about this for Taurus, please. We do have the King of Pentacles, who is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Take it as it resonates. In a general reading, it's always all three. We do have the Ace of Wands. Okay. Why do we have the Ace of Wands here for Taurus in love, please, for 2024? We do have the Magician. You are going to go ahead and manifest it, or you have been. I just dropped a card. I got to dive. Hang on. I actually dropped two. Okay. So we do have the Knight of Pentacles and we have the Lovers. So Taurus, there is new love coming in, and it's not just any old kind of love. It's not just karmic love, Taurus. It is somebody who is your soulmate, somebody who you're going to feel like you've known forever. I think you've been waiting forever for a love like this. We do have the Knight of Pentacles here, and the Magician tells me that you've been manifesting something really beautiful, something creative, something that's brand new, something that's passionate, desirable, is going to make you feel desirable here. I feel like for some of you, you could be meeting someone who is a twin possibly, or feels like a twin, but this is definitely a deep soul connector. The Knight of Pentacles tells me that you've probably been waiting the whole year. Like you've been waiting years for this, I think. Tell me more. We have the Nine of Wands in the reverse. I love it. If we get the Nine of Wands, it might as well be in the reverse. And then we have the Moon energy, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. Look at that. That's great energy here. So the Moon tells me that this is all coming to you, Taurus, in time. Look, it's not around the corner. Don't be coming at me telling me that, oh, it never happened, because I'm telling you about the whole year. You could meet this person anywhere from January 1st to December 31st of 2024. I feel that your focus this year, Taurus, is supposed to be on you and not on anybody else. And as you focus on you, Taurus, it is going to come to you. I feel like your manifestations of the Ace of Wands are coming. You've been waiting a long time. You will wait a long time. You might even wait the whole year. I'm just saying, but nonetheless, I hope you don't have to. Nonetheless, the Lovers is here. You are going to have a choice in new love. It feels like more than one person is coming toward you, Taurus. But if you're the King of Pentacles in the Nine of Pentacles, you have everything that you need. You've got all the stability, all the happiness, all the money, I feel like your pentacle world is about to get super stable. And I feel like we're going to talk about this career and money here, but I feel like you are so focused on you and what you want that you are cutting out anything, everyone, any person who is trying to get in the way of this. I don't think you're dealing with people anymore, Taurus. I think 2024 is going to be your year to fill some bags. That's what it feels like. So we've got the the Nine of Pentacles here, you look pretty good. You look confident. Possibly you've decided you're going to start a business this year, or if you started it in 2023, I feel like it really flourishes in 2024, but I don't think that you see it. It's almost as if you've been working so hard, your head's down, working, that you don't see that you've pulled yourself into this Nine of Pentacles energy, where you are single, you are abundant, you really don't need anybody, which is really beautiful because that puts you in a position to want something. I feel like the Nine of Wands being in the reverse is telling me that you are dropping burdens, whether that would be people, places, things, or situations, Taurus. And we have you looking pretty good in terms of love. So new love is coming in for you, Taurus. It looks like somebody new is on the horizon here. Tell me about career. We have a consciousness of lack here, Taurus. So I feel like you are feeling like you don't like the job that you're doing. And maybe for some of you, it's not like you hate it, but it's just not the thing that you want to be doing for the rest of your life. But for some of you, I feel like you don't really have the belief in the self that you can carry on or do something different. I think for some of you, you're going to be starting a business in 2024. Or if you started a business and currently it's at a side hustle level, it's going to flourish, I think, because I think you're tired of people telling you what to do and when to do it, telling you that you're allowed 2 weeks of holidays every year. It's time for you to be able to make your own rules here. But right now you are in a consciousness of lack. Let's find out what's going on here. Tell me about career for Taurus, please. We do have the 10 of Wands in the reverse. Look, it's you need to put down these burdens. I feel you work in a toxic environment. I feel like you work in a place where the management or the people around you abuse you, don't treat you very well. You could be someone who is in a retail job and you've just had enough because maybe over the holidays you got abused. I feel like there's a place that you're working right now that is that you are hesitating to leave or hesitating to put down these burdens. The 10 of Candles in the reverse tells me that you're choosing to carry the burden. Now, this might be because you feel like you can't find another job or nothing has come forward just yet. Let's look a little more into this here. We do have the Queen of Good Cheer. Look, there's some good energy coming at you here. There's somebody that's in your midst here that does see your worth, who's very compassionate. It might be someone who is a boss or a manager or a supervisor. There is somebody here who sort of feels your plight, I want to say. They might be someone, maybe you work with someone who is maybe a little bit psychic, but the Queen of Good Cheer here, she's the one that is holding up the cup to you here, saying cheers. And maybe this person is going to be someone who either promotes you or just someone who is like your, I'm going to say your sun in the midst of all the darkness in the place that you work. We do have the 7 of Candles. And so this might be the reason that you stay at this job. Look, a lot of us do that. It's like the devil that you know, right? And I did the same thing when I worked in the corporate world most of my life. And sometimes I would get stuck in a job, not because it paid well or not because they treated me well, but because I had sort of, it's like, you know, it's like when a prisoner goes into the pen, right? You start to know that you can trust this one and trust that one, and you're trying to make your time there as best as you can until you run out your time. That's what it feels like. It feels like the 7 of Wands is telling me that you're kind of standing your ground in this place because there might be 1 or 2 people that really treat you well or kind, or maybe you have a really great boss. And so maybe you're thinking, look, it could be frying pan to the fire. I don't want to lose, you know, this job where I feel like I have a little bit of wiggle room here in order to go someplace where maybe I won't have any wiggle room at all. It's the reason why a lot of people stay in a job they don't like. It's because they like the people around them. So there's the Queen of Pentacles here. Queen of Pentacles is your energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here. We do have the 9 of Canes. It is a bit of worry. It's worry about your wealth, Taurus. And I feel like you're that this place that although you might have a couple of people who are very kind to you, the King of Cups has shown up. You might even be sweet on someone you work with. Maybe you have emotions or feelings for someone you work with. But it feels like if you do, it's someone who's a higher up. It's someone who is a manager or the manager's manager or someone like that. But it feels like you You are thinking about leaving here because it's affecting your wealth. You're worrying about your money. You're worrying about your pentacle world here. And I feel like what's keeping you stuck at a job here, Taurus, could be that you either like the people around you, a few people treat you nice, or maybe for some of you, you do have emotions for some people that you work with, and you don't really want to lose those connections that you have. We do have the Five of Swords. We have the World card and Krampus. Okay, so you know what? It feels like that there is somebody, for some of you, you're romantically interested in them at work, and that's why you're not leaving the workplace. Yeah, it feels like you're standing your ground with this person. But the thing is where you're working is not making you happy. You constantly live in a consciousness of lack. It's a toxic environment, or you don't like it there, or they're not treating you well, or not paying you enough. We do have the Five of Swords here, so it tells me that it's almost like you have to fight for every single thing that you want. And the Five of Swords is like you have a way that you want to do the job, but they want you to do it another way. It's like you have some really great ideas, but they don't want to hear your ideas. They just want you to put your head down and work. I feel like there's somebody here that has a sword hanging out their mouth, that there might be somebody here in your environment who's not very kind to you, who's really rude to you, someone who kind of maybe takes your ideas and sets them forward as their own ideas. The Five of Swords is about arguments or fighting. It's harsh words, and this person here is a forked tongue. There is somebody within your work environment here who's talking about you, talking behind your back, or you're the one that speaks up and the other people behind your back are saying, like, what is Taurus? Like, what does Taurus think they're the boss? I feel like you are. I feel like you're a bossed up energy and it's time for you to move on. And I think you will. So I feel that some of you this year will be switching careers. And I don't mean that you'll be going from, the same industry to the same industry. I don't think if you're in insurance, you're not going to go from one insurance company to another. I feel like if you do it, you're going to do it big or go home. That's what it feels like when the World card comes up here. It feels like what you're going to do is you're either going to go with something brand new. Maybe you used to work in insurance and now you're going back to school and you're going to be a nurse. It feels like a huge switch up. A huge switch up here. We have Krampus. Of course, there's always going to be, the devil is always willing to offer doubt and fear and maybe the feeling that you can't do it. It also could be this person who might also be sweet on you. If there is somebody in your environment who you have feelings for and who has feelings for you, this person might even be saying to you, nah, you shouldn't go. Yeah, you shouldn't go. I don't think you should go. I don't think you're going to find any other place that's better than this place. So I feel like the World card is telling me that you will be leaving a career, but I don't think that you'll be, like I said, going from, one department to another. I feel like you get out of the industry completely and decide to do something completely new. And so let's look at your finances. So it feels like something is coming up here that is going to affect your finances. You might just want to start putting money away right now because I think there's going to be a major shakeup as it pertains to your work life here, your career. There's going to be some sort of a big ending that's coming up this year. A big ending. Tell me about finances, please. I feel like you're going to find something. There's like, it almost feels like with this messages, it feels like maybe you've applied for a job long ago. Even though you thought you weren't qualified for it, you applied for it anyway. It almost feels like that. It's like a chance or a second chance, or the universe is blessing you with this message of something about money, something about your finances. It could be about job. It could be about money that's found. We've got the Five of Swords. We've got the Death card. And we've got the Ace of Swords. Look, I think you're going to stop fighting your finances finally in 2024. I feel what you're going to do is you're going to enlist somebody who has more knowledge than you, someone who can give you clarity and honesty, someone who can help you figure out your finances. I feel like the Death card is here with the Five of Swords because you're going to stop fighting yourself about the finances. It's time for you to find a financial advisor or somebody who is going to be able to counsel you on what you should do with your money next, or maybe you want to buy a house in 2025? What do you have to do in 2024 in order to put enough money away in order to buy a house? I feel like you're going to end this really rough or hardcore arguments that you've been having with your finances for 2023. I think this Ace of Swords indicates to me that there's going to be a transformation in the way that you think about money. Yeah, there's going to be some sort of message or some sort of information, an idea, an epiphany that you are going to have regarding how you think about money, how you think about your wealth. And maybe you're going to get into a 401k. Maybe this is the year that you're going to start saving for the future. But I feel like you're going to stop this really toxic relationship that you've had with money, in 2023. I think you're about to walk away from those arguments and transform the way you think about money and make it work for you. There we go. There's the Knight, off to the races. The Knight of Wands, off to the races. I feel like this happens immediately. I feel like in January, before we even get into Aquarius season, which is the 20th of January, I think it's the first 3 weeks that you're like, look, I got to get this crap together finally. I don't want to be stressed out by money anymore. I think you're off to the races here. I think you're going to do it quickly. You're going to run at it. We do have the Hanged Man. Of course, there's always going to be stumbling blocks, but I think that the Hanged Man mostly, the hanged person is telling me, I say person because there's a woman on the card, but it's telling me that you're going to start feeling it with your gut. You're going to start using your intuition. And you know what? It would be wonderful to have the new Louis Vuitton bag, right? Wouldn't it be wonderful to have those new Jimmy Choos, right? It would be wonderful to have all of those things which you feel give you status, or other people might ooh and ah, but I think you're making better decisions. I think you're seeing it from the other side. You're looking at it from all corners. You're like, I can't do this anymore. I mean, it's really great to have those things that have the precious tags on them. You work hard, Taurus, like hard. You work hard for all of it. And I think that you are deciding to make different decisions this year. You're looking at it from all aspects. And I feel like the Hanged Man energy is telling me that you're using your gut this year as it pertains to your finances. You're no longer, and I think it has something to do with the Five of Pentacles. I feel like you're excluding everything to focus on yourself this year. I feel like you're ready to make some sacrifices. That's why I was mentioning the expensive stuff, right? The Gucci and all of that, because I feel like you're willing to make some realizations this year. I think about how you've been spending your money and how it can better work for you here. It's going to be a quick, sort of, I'm going to say invasive or direct change. I don't think that there's going to be, a period of time where you're like, oh, what should I do? Maybe in June I'll get it together. I think you're right off the hop here. Maybe by Gemini season, you might have it all under control. The Knight of Swords is here. I feel like you're going at it like really super hardcore. I want to say rebellious, brave and courageous. You're finally going to face the financial stuff that has had you stuck. We have the Ace of Pentacles. There it is. Look, I really do feel like you are not necessarily finding more money, but I think what you're doing is you are planting a seed where you're going to be far better off financially at the end of 2024 than when you started. And I mean, we kind of all are in some respects, right? We spend more over the holidays than anything else, but I feel like you are finally getting hard with yourself. Like, no, I'm not eating out this month at all, period. I'm not going out with my friends. I'm not eating out this month. I'm going to focus on me, focus on my money, focus on my business, focus on my side hustle, whatever it is. I feel like your focus is in the Pentacle world here. We do have the Seven of Pentacles, which tells me that you do grow, that you will wait. You will wait for the thing that you want here. And it tells me that you'll be saving money. So you're waiting, saving money. We've got 7 and 1 is 8. That's the 8 Pentacles. You will have some sort of a harvest by end of year. What I mean by that is you'll have enough money in the bank to buy the car outright, to put a mortgage or to put a big down payment on the house that you want. I really do feel that if you get into swords with your finances here, that you will be far better off than when you started. Yeah, there you go. we've got the Nine of Cups. It's going to be a much better year, Taurus. A much better year. Look, Jupiter, I keep saying Jupiter's in your sign because I read for Jupiter, right? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Jupiter's in your sign right now, retrograding, and in a few days it goes direct. And look, when it goes direct, I feel like this is when all this kicks in. I feel like the swords are here, and it's like, I got to think about this. I got to make a plan. I got to go slowly, get some truth, do it in a way that is, I'm going to be able to see all aspects. It's time to take a run at it with the Knight of Wands. It's time for you to take a run at it. Look at that, Taurus. Look, it all ends up right here. A happy family with all of the finances in place, all of the money that you need, all of the abundance, the love that's coming in, the money. Look, it's colliding. Everything is colliding this year in 2024, and I'm excited for you. I'm going to go for now. I hope this is something that's going to be useful for you, Taurus. It's all positive. Everything's coming up, Taurus. I'm going to go for now. I love you guys, but I'll be back, of course, because, well, I'm always back, right? Love you guys. Bye-bye.